Hi everyone. Before moving on to the next topic, let us have some discussion about the previous session. In the previous classes, we have discussed the various data types in Python. We have completed the data types in Python. After that, we have started how to use the concept of variables in Python. And also, we have discussed what is the major difference of declaring the variables in C programming and variables in Python. And we have seen that the variables are nothing but objects in Python, and we have seen different naming conventions in Python for declaring the variables. After that, in the last session, we have seen the syntax of the print statement. At the time of discussing the print statement, we discussed that the print statement is going to take the parameters like end parameter, separate parameter, and file parameter, after that flush parameter. So those are the default parameters, and we have seen some of the examples using print statement. After that, we have started strings. We discussed that a string is nothing but an array of characters, or we can say a sequence of characters. A string can be enclosed either in double quotes or single quotes, and we have seen how to access the individual characters of a string. And after that, we also discussed what you mean by string slicing. The process of accessing a range of characters, or we can say substring of a string, is nothing but string slicing that we have seen in the last session or in the previous classes. In today's discussion, we are going to talk about what are the string operators in Python. Mainly, we are going to talk about the string concatenation operator, after that string repetition, after that we are going to discuss string comparison operators. After having the theory discussion, then we go for practical examples or practical session. We'll see this. Let us discuss string operators in Python. Under this, the first one we are going to talk about is string concatenation, and second one we will discuss here is string repetition, and third one we will discuss is string comparison operators. String comparison operators. There are more string operators in Python, but in today's class we will cover string concatenation. That means the symbol we are going to use is plus. Next, string repetition, and we use the symbol star. And the string comparison operators, under this we use equals to and not equals to, less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to. These are the relational operators, or we can say string or comparison operators, that we are going to perform on strings. We will discuss one by one theoretically. After that, we will see the programming part. Now, the first one we are going to discuss here is string concatenation operator, that is plus. What do you mean by concatenation? The process of adding one string at the end of another string is called string concatenation. For example, we have the string Raj, this is the first string, and another string here is Kumar, and we know that string is enclosed in double quotes. When we want to add the Kumar at the end of the Raj, so that the resultant string becomes Raj Kumar. This is what I mean to say string concatenation. Now, how to perform this operation? For this, what you do is first you write the first string Raj plus you write the second string Kumar in double quotes, so that we will get the string Raj Kumar. This is about string concatenation. For example, this is the prompt we are going to get in the Python. At this place, if I say in single quotes A plus, in single quotes B, or in single quotes C, then we will get ABC like this. This is the resultant string ABC. Why? Because B is added at the end of A and C is added at the end of B. This how this concatenation operator is going to work. A string concatenation operator concatenates two strings. It can also use it to concatenate multiple strings by using the sequence of plus symbol. This is the example for string concatenation. After this, we are going to see the string repetition operator star. What does it mean? The syntax of string repetition operator is like this. So here it is going to take the syntax like this: n star string, or we can say string n. So here the spelling here is repetition. there is a mistake in the spelling. Please try to understand this repetition. N star string or string into n. What does it mean? Here str is nothing but a string variable. Here also str is a string variable. We can use this syntax or we can use this syntax. What does it mean? For example, here I'm writing 3 into, in place of str, I'm writing some string abc. We can enclose the string either in double quotes or single quotes. Here I'm using double quotes. So whenever we say at Python prompt 3 into in double quotes ABC, this string ABC is repeated 3 times. That means we are going to get the string like this ABC, ABC, ABC in single quotes. This is the resultant string. Instead of using this syntax, we can also write like this ABC in double quotes. First, we are mentioning the string variable into, here we can say 3. Here also we are going to get the same result ABC, ABC, ABC in single quotes. So this is how the string repetition will be done. Instead of using this double quotes, you can also use single quotes. There is no matter. But what we are going to get when we write like this? At the prompt, if I say 0 into, I'm using the, while in place of n, I'm using 0. 0 into some string, I'm referring that ABC. In this case, what is the output we are going to get? When you take 0, we are going to get only empty string. Please remember that. So you start from 1. 1 into ABC means you will get only one string ABC. When you use 0, then we are going to get the empty string, not giving error. This you have to carefully understand. For example, if we write the negative value minus 5 into ABC, minus values are also not allowed, but you can use minus negative values or 0 value. But here also when you write minus 5 into ABC, you will get only empty string. This is how the string repetition character is going to work. So this is about the string concatenation as well as string repetition. After that, we are going to talk about the string comparison operators. Under this, mainly we are going to talk about the first one is equals to, and second one is not equals to, and third one we are going to discuss here is less than or equals to, and fourth one is greater than or equals to, or simply we can use less than, and sixth one we can use greater than. The string comparison operator is a binary operator. What do you mean by binary operator? Binary in the sense it is going to operate on two strings. These are the relational operators. We are not going to perform on numbers. We are going to perform these comparison operators on strings. So how the comparison will be done when you use the concept of strings, that is very, very important. Now, please remember, you take a string, for example, hello is the string, and it is enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. This is the first string, and you take another string hello. This is also enclosed in single quotes. When you compare these two strings, what happened? First, the comparison is taken place like this. First, we are taking the first character H in the first string and the first character H in the second string. See, when you take H, H internally takes ASCII value. The comparison is done based on the ASCII values. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Already we discussed American Standard Code, for information interchange. This is the definition, right? This small h also, second string, takes ASCII value. Every character is internally represented by its ASCII value. Small a is having the ASCII value 97, capital A is having the ASCII value 65. When small a is 97, then automatically you can guess what would be the ASCII value of H. Why? Because small b 98. So the what I mean to say here is the comparison is done only by taking the ASCII values of the first string and second string. After taking the first character of the first string and first character of the second string, then it moves to the second character of the first string and second character. Character by character, the comparison will be taken, and the comparison only based on the ASCII value. and it is going to take the integer values. So if the integer value is less than the integer value of the second string, then automatically it comes under less than. If they are equal, comes under equal. If they are not equals, they are going to comes under the not equals. For example, if I say at the Python prompt at this shell, if you say hello, if I write hello, single quotes equals to hello, here I'm writing like this, hello. So in this case, we are going to return the value true. The Boolean value we are going to get is true. Why? Because the first letter H of first string and take the ASCII value of H. I think the ASCII value of H here is A is 97, right? A is 97, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this is 98, 99, and this is 100, 101, 102, 103. I think H is 104. Like that, it is going to take. H is 104. This is also 104. Both are equal. Next, you take the ASCII value of E. Right. These are equal. So that's why it is going to return true. If you want to compare, for example, hello, and another string here I'm taking is small h, hello. In this case, this h is going to have the different ASCII value and this h is going to have the different ASCII value. C, capital A is 65, B 66, C 67, D 68, E 69, F 70, G 71, H 72. It takes the 72 value, but here it is taking, and we know that A is 97, B 98, C 99, D 100, E 101, F 102, G 103, H 104. Here H value, small h value is 104 and capital H is 72. 72 is less than 104. So here it is not going to return equals to, they are not equals to. So when we compare this and this, we are going to get the Boolean value false. This how the comparison will be done. So practically I'm going to show you how to use string concatenation operator and string repetition at the same time string comparison operators. Let us see by using Python IDLE. In the last session, we have seen the practical examples using print statement. We discussed that the print statement is going to take the parameters, end parameter, separate parameter, file parameter, and flush parameter. Those are the default parameters, and we know that by default end equals to new line character, and separator is nothing but the space character, and the file is nothing but std out, and by default the flush is set to false that we discussed in the last session. See, whenever we say print in double quotes, I'm saying here is hello, comma, another string I'm saying here is word and double quotes. When we type here hello world, both are printed, but in between hello world we got the empty space. Why we got this empty space? Why? Because by default the separator SEP parameter is set to empty space. That's why it is giving the space. Can we write our own separator? Yes. How? You write this like this, print, and you write first hello, comma, and you write the second string world. After this, what you do is you do one thing, you mention the parameter separator is equals to, you can use single quotes or double quotes here, and you mention the separator here is comma, and you write like this. Here extra what I'm going to specify exclusively is separator, SEP, separator equals to comma. Once you press enter, now we are going to get here comma here. So instead of comma, you can give any separator, you can give underscore, you can give hyphen, you can give dots, anything you can give. So that is possible by exclusively giving the separator parameter. If you don't give, automatically it will give the space. That is the difference. To understand the parameters of print statement clearly, let us create a new file, go to new file, and here you write print. The first statement you write here is hello, and here we are mentioning the parameter end equals to space, just I'm giving the space, After this, the next line, I'm writing print hi. For example, I'm giving the string like this. In this case, what happened is when you don't mention the end parameter that is equals to space, by default, end takes a new line character /n. That means after printing hello, in the next line, you are going to get hi. But in this program, what I'm going to do is I'm specifying the end parameter with empty space. So instead of a new line character, I am giving the space. When you exclusively give the space, what happened after printing hello, the cursor remains in the same line, and the same line hi also will be displayed. That means hello after space hi will be displayed. This the statement hi is not going to print in the next line. That we are going to observe in the output. Let us save this program, save the program. I'm giving the name print function dot py, and I'm going to store in the desktop, store this in the desktop folder. Okay, and here I'm going to store the file, save it. Okay, we have saved the program. Then you go to run and select the run module. You see, you observe this hello hi, right? When you don't specify this, you are going to get in the next line. Here I'm removing this, press Ctrl S and go to run option and you say run module. Now we got in the next line hi. That is the main difference of specifying the end parameter, right? So this is the way of using end parameter. Now instead of using end parameter, actually the string hello is going to display it on the file. Every output device or input device is associated with some file name. So the standard input file is called stdin and the standard output file is stdout. For example, here after print hello, here what I'm going to do is I'm specifying the file name here, file equals to, just you mention sys.stdout. This is the file name. The output screen itself represents file equals to sys.stdout. No need to specify this. By default, hello will be displayed on the output screen. But if you specify this, it is not going to give any error. You see here, sys.stdout. So it is saying that sys is not defined. Did you forget to import sys? So here what you do is, whenever you want to use this sys file, system file, you have to do one thing. You have to say import sys. This you have to mention, Control S and go to run and you say run module. Now you will get hello hi. Same output we got. What I mean to say here is in the print statement, you also have the parameter file parameter. In the file, that means the output file here is sys.stdout. Instead of using stdout, you can also mention some of the files like std error err. So what do you mean by this error? Means whenever we want to display the error information, the standard error comes into the picture. So when you write this, the statement that we have typed in print, that means hello is treated as an error message. Let us save this and you run this. So the hello will be displayed in the red screen. This indicates that, so this is like an error message. Actually, it's not an error, but exclusively, forcibly, I'm going to print an error message which is in red color by using the file name sys.std error. That means the only my intention is to mention the parameter file here. And also flush parameter, that is flush equals to, by default I said no false. So that I'm going to explain clearly with the example. See, I'm going to use the flush parameter here. What I'm going to observe here is, you do one thing. In the same program, I'm going to change some modifications. I'm going to import the module time, import time. After this, what I'm going to write is print. Here, I'm going to write what you say is welcome, double quotes, close comma. Here I'm specifying the parameter end parameter. After specifying this end parameter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it Now, here I'm going to use the function time.sleep. Time.sleep. Here I'm mentioning the second 5 seconds. After this, I'm going to say print. Just I'm writing that to learn and code. Here I'm writing like the welcome to learn and code. This is in double quotes. So here, what I mean to say here is, see, first print statement is welcome, and here I'm not using any new line character. I'm specifying the end parameter as empty space. After that, the system is going to sleep for 5 seconds, means the execution starts only after 5 seconds. When we use the concept of what is say buffering, so flush, we are using the word flush. By default, flush is set to false. Why? Because we are using the parameter n equals to slash n by default. What the slash n is going to do is, slash n is going to flush out, clear the buffer, so that it is going to clear the buffer and we are going to get the output, right? So where there is slash n in the end parameter, that's why flush is set to false. So automatically the buffer is cleared by using the new line character or whenever you press enter. That's why by default flush is set to false. When you don't use end equals to slash n, when you use end equals to empty space, in this case you have to specifically specify that the flush should be true. That you have to very carefully understand. Here I'm not using flush equals to true. By default flush becomes false, and also end here I'm setting the empty space. When we give empty space, welcome is buffered. The buffer is not cleared. Okay, it is not flushed out. Welcome is stored in the buffer. Please remember that buffering is same as the traffic lights, traffic signals. So whenever we get the red light at the traffic, at this red light signal, all the vehicles must be wait. The vehicles are in the wait condition. They have to wait. Whenever there is a green signal, then only they are move forward. That is called buffering. When there are no signals, that means there is no buffering. That is the general example. Now here, buffering is there. That means the welcome is stored in the buffer. Okay, and the system is waiting for 5 seconds. The buffer, the welcome is stored in the buffer up to 5 seconds. Once 5 seconds over, then execution started, and at the same time welcome and to learn code is executed simultaneously.